What's up? I'm doing another album review by ICP and St. Paul Posses. They're a rap group from Detroit. And yeah, I'm doing the Riddle Box. It was released in 1995. Now what I'm going to do with these reviews, I'm going to go into each track in very detail. And after I do all of the tracks, I'm going to give you my final conclusion and my thoughts on the album. Anyways, let's start with an intro. Starts off, they're driving a car, and then they get into a car crash, they die, they go in the afterlife, and then they turn a crank, and then a killer clown comes out and kills them. Or, I don't know, but a killer clown comes out. Then here comes a Riddle Box. Violent J, this is a dope beat, I think, and then Violent J says he's here to kick your ass, and jokes on you, and then, once again, they said, turn the crank, which I think was pretty cool intro, and then of course Killer Clown comes out. I think it should have been with the intro, but it's, they had 2 tracks to the intro, and then it goes, the show must go on. Violent J comes out, spits some verses, says he's gonna kill you with an axe, and he's like, open your mouth because here comes my wing, and talks about how the cards will be falling because this was their 3rd album and 3 more cards, and the joke is to be completed. And yeah, he makes jokes about his genitals and shit like that, saying with Shaggy, and then Shaggy says they're killer clowns and that they're murderers and shit. And then I think that the hook of the song was pretty catchy hook. Speaker says that, there's a guy, when they're done spitting verses, there's a guy comes in and say that they're creepy killer clowns. They're different from funny clowns. They're not funny. And he makes them sound like the clowns are like the Antichrist. And it was a dope beat. Definitely a different song from any other rap songs, because this is horrorcore rap. They talk about killing and shit like that. Really different from gangster rap. Really different from hip hop. Yeah, it's nothing but the wicked shit, of course, but anyways, and then it goes to the outro of the song where they prank call rednecks, and then after that, guy comes in, freaking opens a machine gun and shoots all of the rednecks in the room, and so, yeah, and then it goes to chicken hunt, and basically what the song talks about is just cutting up rednecks' throats. Definitely, it's against racism song. That's what they're trying to send out, is that they're against racism. They got a catchy beat, it's guitar mixed with a rap, and then they got DJ skipping and scratching and shit like that. And yeah, they're against racism. I thought it was a pretty dope song. Definitely this song was the best out of the whole album. That's what I think. I think it's one of the best songs. And then then after that goes into the interview. ICP is bored from the interview. They ask ridiculous questions, and of course they're just mocking interviewers. And then heads into Toy Box. Sorry if I have to keep looking at my phone, because I took notes, so I don't forget. And it goes into Toy Box. Kid, what he does is opens a toy, and then kills him, slices him up. And Violent J is saying that he had a shitty childhood, he was made fun of and beaten up, his dad was a serial killer, he didn't have any friends, he played nothing with toys, and then one day he decided to bring his toy into school and killed everyone in the class. And he goes into detail about killing from the toy. There's dead kids everywhere, nerds in the front got cooked, kids trying to get out, ripping bodies apart, and toys killing people. It's a fucked up song, it's very graphic and violent, but of course it's horrorcore rap. What do you expect? The song talks about killing bullies and shit like that. It's against bullying, but of course you don't kill your bullies. If you have a bully, you go talk to a fucking teacher or some shit. Of course you don't fucking grab a knife and kill them, but that's what they're saying. And then in the end of the song, the toy turns on the guy who made the toys. He kills him in the end. The toys go out of control. I thought it was a pretty epic beat. Then an outro. On the outro, guy's talking, Violent J's talking with a therapist, says that his wife's dead, or his girlfriend, whatever, his lover's dead, He's still with her anyways. Therapist says you gotta let her go, but Violent J says no. You know, tells him fuck off, which is pretty funny how he says it. And then it heads to the next song, which is Cemetery Girl, which is just a song about him digging up his dead lover, wants to be with his lover, can't face the fact that she's still dead, but he still wants to be with her. You know, he digs up her coffin, kisses her, and tries to hang out with her, and she's fucking dead, and there's maggots all over her skin, and her fucking skin, flesh is falling apart, and the skin that she does have turned into blue. It's a fucked up song. And then heads into Three Rings, which is like a freak show, because the kids used to make fun of him and shit. Him and Shaggy used to call him a freak, didn't feel like he belonged. Anyways, Violent J says that he used to scare kids, he feels like a freak, and Shaggy says his legs growing out of his neck. Mom abandoned him at a carnival and escaped and started a crew. Well, Violent J says I think it was Violent J or Shaggy, one of them says that he was born with a wing but without no nutsack, which I think was pretty funny. He makes joke references about that shit. And it's basically a free show. Then heads into the next song, Heaven's Boogie. It's a Friday night, walking to the cemetery, it's all foggy, dogs are howling, you know, caretaker with a hunchback is chasing after him. Fell through a door full of dead people, and what he saw was dead bodies basically partying, like, you know, dancing and shit. And he says he saw Kurt Cobain there too, which I thought was pretty funny. He makes joke references about dead celebrities and shit like that, so basically it's a dead people party. Then it heads on to the Joker's World, which is a game show. Epic beat. It's a little violent, but at the same time it's kind of funny. People spin the wheel to show you how you die, how they're going to die, and then they had a cop, a judge, and a redneck. The cop spin the wheel, gets a pound of nails to his forehead, which is kind of fucked up. Judge gets his head cut off and a skull cap. The redneck gets his toes cut off while he's stapling his nuts shut. It's kind of pretty fucked up. Fucked up song, pretty gruesome. They get into details, and then they killed the crowd. The crowd is dead and shit like that. Then he heads into the Dead Body Man, which is supposed to be a guy kidnaps dead bodies and shit. And he's cooking dead bodies. He eats them. Doctor threw him against the wall when he was a baby. And then he goes into the second verse, which basically talks about dead bodies in his bag and fucking dead bodies and shit. And instead of hunting animals, he says, how can you judge me for killing humans anyways, and you go killing animals and you hang them up on your wall as your trophy, you know? And he says, why are you blaming me, you know? You should look yourself in the mirror, you know? I think it was a pretty fucked up song. And then Little Something is probably mostly just a romantic song, basically. Needs a girl to be a freak, and, you know, basically a song, you know, fucking and shit about sex. And Old Evil Eye, this is one of the songs that I could care less about. I don't think they should have put the song in the album, or if they did, I think they should have improved with the lyrics, but it's kind of shitty. Basically the song is selling cookies, and then there's this guy with fucking one fucked up eye, it's evil, and he wants to kill the guy, and ends up in the song, spoiler alert, that he kills the guy with a fucking revolver, puts it against his neck and shit. Then it heads on to the song 12, which means that he's gonna go kill 12 people tonight. Oh, this song is pretty fucking gruesome. I'll get into detail. One of the person that he killed has stuck his fingers next to the guy's temple, and each temple is pushed as hard as he fucking can. Crushed the guy's skull and brains until fucking, you know, they're touching together. Then he killed his wife by stuffing a dresser down her throat. Killed them, and then he goes into the nurse. Kills a nurse with a fucking knife by carving her face into a clown, tied her down and shit while she was still alive and shit, fucking carving her face out. And then there's one where he comes out, the guy's watching TV, and he comes out of the TV and squeezes the guy's neck until he dies. Pretty fucked up songs and shit. Well, if you look at the album cover, like, this is what I like. When you look at the album cover, and you listen to the album, that, the album cover, I think they did a good job with the album cover, with the art and shit, because if you look at, even I'm wearing this shit, fucking look at it coming out with the fucking, coming out with a Riddle Box, it's gonna be some gruesome shit, and evil shit. And it goes into the next song, The Killing Fields. Zombies are trying to kill themselves, bodies being hanged, but people's alive, raining blood and shit. And it's kind of like hell, for example. There's no food except people. You have to go out and hunt people and eat them because that's the only food you got. Then it heads into the last song, I'm Coming Home. He's coming home back into the ghetto and telling you how the ghetto is and how life was in Detroit and dissing, rich people and shit. So yeah, basically that's all of the tracks on the album. I think it was a pretty good album. I like it. Might call me sick or some shit, but I don't care. I'm a juggalo. I'm proud to fucking show it. I listen to Eminem even when I'm still a juggalo. I don't give a fuck if you hate Eminem or not. I listen to fucking Tupac, Biggie. I listen to rock. I listen to metal. I listen to all kinds of shit. I don't pick sides when it comes to music. Because I love everything, I like everything, basically. But I do think that there's some, artists that are better than other artists, but yeah, I recommend this album to you if you really love hardcore rap, if you really like intense violent shit, if you like, like blood and guts. This album's definitely for you. I like this album. It's like a horror movie, but they put it into a rap song, It's cool beats used for most of the songs, like Chicken Hunting. It's pretty cool. I think Chicken Hunting is unique as fuck because they use hip-hop beats, but with a good, with a guitar too, like rock and rap mixed together. Usually when you first hear about that, you don't think it's gonna mix well, but they did a good job with this song. And yeah, most of the songs are violent, funny, and gruesome. But you know what they say, play nothing but the wicked shit, And I give this album, let's see, what did I give it? I give it 81%, which is pretty good for a rap album. It's pretty dope. I give it 130 out of 160, so 81%, so other words. Anyways, love this album. Did you love it? What should I review next? I review nothing, but this is what I'm going to do for my reviews. I'm going to review music, and I'm going to review video games from now on. So, yeah, tell me what you think about this album. Did you love it? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Share, like, comment, give me feedback.